Hello, children. It is me, Mcgrouch.
Sorry, I think I had some zinc stuck in my throat. Anyways, so to all my kids out there, let's give a short little lesson about the birds and the bees, the chargers and the shriekers, I guess. So when a railgun and some random plasma weapon no one cares about, sorry, Punisher, love each other very much, the railgun decides to not put themselves on protection mode. And they result in a scorcher or something. But then the scorcher is unhappy with their sex, so they switch to become an anti-tank weapon. That's the Epoch.
Okay, it blew its head off. Sure. It does damage.
You see, it's not that the Epoch is inherently bad as a weapon, but it's just that literally anything is better. You see, every time they add a new anti-tank weapon, I always ask myself the question, why shouldn't I just bring the EAT? Now, usually they have a pretty decent explanation. For example, the Quasar cannon has infinite ammo and doesn't have to be recalled. The Commando just has straight up aimbot and can fire up to 4 times. And the recoilless rifle hits harder than a semi-truck. Well, this is the real world. And in the real world, nothing comes free. So every single gun has its downsides. But usually those downsides are outweighed by the good of the weapon. This is not the case for the Epoch. Imagine yourself a Justice logo style scale, like an old-timey looking scale. Oh no, that's really boring actually. Imagine a seesaw. Now on one side of that seesaw is all the good things about the Epoch, such as armor penetration, yeah, that's about it. But on the other side, we have a manifest of all the bad things about the Epoch, which in this example would be a 11.5 inch by 11.5 inch pure tungsten cube.
I mean, I would assume that shooting a large amount of plasma then would kill them.
Now, let's talk about the harvester in the room. Charge up. Now, this weapon, like many other weapons, requires it to be charged before use. But similar to the railgun, if you undercharge it, it will only do a fraction of the damage.
He died? No, he... Okay, so he did die, okay. Oh, shoot.
But also similarly to the railgun, if you overcharge it, you die. Now, this can become a bit of a problem if you are trying to kill enemies or stay alive, both of which you should be doing at all times. Now, when this thing first released, it was incredibly inaccurate. It was like if you were blindfolded shooting a musket in the dark while buzzed on like an entire bottle of NyQuil. Now, this bug has been long since patched, but even after the patch, with the heavy bullet drop on, and I quote, supercharged gas, it still feels like shooting a space musket. Now, for all of you mental hospital patients out there who still don't understand why the Epoch is not a good gun, I have a few more reasons. Let me break it down for you. Now, despite this weapon not needing a backpack, you still need to sit down to reload it, which is really freaking stupid in my mind. Also, the magazine is like a freaking Yeti cup. Like, this is a freaking giant magazine. Now, finally, to add mayo to the nuclear radioactive waste, let's talk about this thing's demolition force, or lack thereof. Now, I know most of you Helldivers out there are mathematically challenged, so let me just try to simplify this as small as possible. Do not eat the crayon. I'm saving that one for later. Now, each gun has its own demolition force, and each building has its own demolition threshold. Still following? Now, when a weapon shoots a building or structure, if the demolition force of that weapon is higher or equivalent to the threshold of that structure is instantly destroyed. But if it is lower, it doesn't do any damage. Now, for reference, a bug hole has a threshold of 20, and an EAT has a demolition force of 30. Now, Squire, what does the Epoch have? If you were to literally just give me 5 seconds, I'm literally just about to talk about that. The Epoch has a demolition force of 10. It can't destroy a bug hole. It's 1/3 of an EAT. The laser cannon has 30. That's not even a kaboom weapon. So, in conclusion, using the Epoch is like using a hot glue gun against the bugs. It has low range, next to no damage, and just pretty much overall useless. Alright, thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for that one guy that's going to say it's the best weapon in the game in a month. Also, I apologize, Mcgrouch, for clickbaiting all your fans. They can head back now.
Calling in reinforcements.
Oh,